Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable. Intellect Banktech Wave 5, powered by AWS, in association with CNBC-TV18.
Intellect's Design Arena, in partnership with AWS, brought together a thought leadership forum where banking and financial leaders joined and delved into candid solution-seeking discussions on shaping the BFSI sector and the role that it has to play in taking India forward.
Welcome to Banktech Wave 5, Intellect's first in a series of global events to present breakthrough and revolutionary technology that will enable banks to reimagine the future. Today, as we look ahead, future transformations need to be visualized. The key is we're going to have a series of speakers who are going to help you with the visualization process. So let me not take too much time between you and the speaker. So may I invite our first keynote speaker, Chairman and Managing Director of Intellect Design Arena, Mr. Arun Jain. Please put your hands together for Mr. Arun Jain.
We invested close to 1,200 people research team, largest research team in Chennai and Mumbai. We started working on this 1,200 people team. So almost we invested 2,000 crore in building this banking technology. I classify them into 6 frames, which is the ABCD, EF, I will call it 6 imperative of Wave 5. So what is the Wave 5? And there are 6 imperatives of the Wave 5. The first element is architecture. So we look at it, the architecture very, very differently. Architecture means 4 principles of independence, scale, simplicity, resilience of the application, which we are trying to do by either adding more capacity or adding more people. It's like a brute force we use it. Architecture at a ground level makes it simple, which is scalable. Moving to second part, A to B from architecture to base of eMACH.ai. I don't know how many of us understand the meaning of MACH, M-A-C-H. It's a vocabulary which is industry is catching it up. Microservices, API, cloud, and headless. So each alphabet of MACH defines the way the technology is moving. Built-in intelligence, AI built-in intelligence, is the base component which we have assembled together. The C of ABC is composability. How do you compose the solution to deliver to the right outcome, for which we built up we invested. So composability means hyper-personalized experience design, low-touch, no-touch operation design, drag-and-drop integrations, and we move product to platform. Fourth element is D stand for data. We all understand data, which is creating the major wave. We call data the new oil. Data is in banking and financial industry is the biggest element. E means embedded AI and intelligence. AI has to be part of operations itself. So sometimes we are talking about AI like ChatGPT, brilliant, but they are sitting in silos. How it is helping bank to improve the operational productivity or reducing the operational cost is a embedded AI is all about. So we build up a fundamental platform in embedded AI. Final piece is 6 element of or 6 imperative for Banktech Wave 5 is flexible and extensible. So my existing Wave 3 products are there with every bank. So they cannot move to Wave 5 directly from Wave 3 because most of the Indian banks have a core banking of Wave 3 core banking. They are sitting with Wave 3 core banking. They have to move to Wave 5. It's not an overnight journey. They need to extend their current Wave 3 products to Wave 5 journey, and it's a journey which is there. So how do you create a flexibility, and how do you create the extensibility of those platforms? In summary, there is the architecture, there is a B for eMACH.ai, C for composability, which product design, experience design, operations design, integration design, data, volume, velocity, value, variety, veracity, embedded AI, unstructured, semi-structured, structured data conversation to classification, extraction, validation, transformation, and augmentation, to flexible and extension, combining Wave 3 to Wave 5, Today we are launching, proud to say that our 5,000 people in the company are proud to say that we are launching largest eMACH.ai platform for the industry for Wave 5 on AWS Cloud. It has got 285 ready-to-use microservices on cloud, 1,214 APIs, 200 plus events to design your future. We created 4 marketplaces, one on core banking, second on iKredit 360, third is on wealth, fourth is on digital transaction banking. These are ready-to-use marketplaces which can help banks to build very structurally the new change of Wave 5 to inherit the new change. Choose a partner, take a lot of time to choose a partner, choose a cloud partner, but choose carefully and make it a dominant partner for your technology journey. At this point of time, I'd like to invite Jonathan, flown from London, to address all of you to make you understand how this journey can move forward. Thank you.
We really believe people should shift in the right direction with this chart. You know, Arun talked about, I think you said many banks are still on wave 3, right? Really getting ahead of this curve and understanding that technology goes that way, people go the other way, is really important to staying ahead of this wave. And you've got to have the right resources in the right roles. You know, you've got to resource your operating model with employees, your out-tasking partners, commercial software, system integrators, and the utility providers. And if you've done a business outcome map, like I showed you, like this map, it actually becomes relatively straightforward to go, where are my employees working? Where's my commercial software? Where's my system integrators? Where's my AWS? Because these circles are where the agility happens. If these circles can move to building and running it, you get very exciting results, I find. Now, when I was putting my first business outcome team delivering on cloud, I made sure that I found the right leader who had the emotional intelligence and the intellectual intelligence to lead through that inertia barrier I talked at the start. And yes, putting an architect in that team was also incredibly important. Yes, putting infrastructure engineers in that team is important. And people often think that infrastructure engineers are going away. And I'm like, no, they're still incredibly important. But rather than upgrading hard drives in the data center at 3 o'clock in the morning, or installing a new hardware array, or patching software, they're going to be delivering business outcomes. Because the skill sets that you've learned, such as network, DNS, middleware, APIs, backup, recovery, DR testing, are still going to be relevant on the cloud, but what you spend your time on is going to be far more interesting. I know, having been through that journey. My mission came when I first went to cloud. I became blocker removal. And if that team needed a resource they didn't have or waiting on another team, that's my problem, not the team's problem. So I'm going to pick up a resource and move it into that team. Encouraging, rewarding, recognizing, pair programming, providing the right skills and encouragement. Of course, there's a lot more that goes into that. And my book, Reaching Cloud Velocity, goes into a lot of that different detail if you want to go to that next level of detail. And having had this business outcome team, they also need to be nurtured and recognized. And we do believe, I believe, you can't outsource the whole of this. You're going to have a mix of different folks. And why can't you do that? Because you conflate the key KPIs. And finally, in closing with this, you know, we have the deepest and broadest cloud infrastructure marketplace with, yes, thousands of infrastructure providers, but many, many, many software as a service providers. And with that, I would like to say thank you very much for inviting Amazon to be here today. And we'll leave it there. Thank you very much.
iKredit 360 platform was launched in Europe in July 2021. And during this short period of time, we've had considerable learnings and some successes both with our customers and prospects. So what I'm going to be sharing today is what are our learnings that we've got from Europe, and more importantly, how we are incorporating those learnings as we bring the iKredit 360 platform to India. So I think when we talk to the various European customers, bankers, both customers and prospects, they talked about six key imperatives that Europe is facing as they look at credit as a business. So I think the first imperative for them was they were looking for a context-aware, frictionless, and omni-channel experience. I think most of the banks in Europe are moving towards responsible lending. Therefore, transparency and ESG are becoming very important for European banks. Most of the bankers talked about saying speed to market and launching new products was a key imperative for them, and that too for segment-specific opportunities or propositions. So the credit platform should have the ability to launch quick products, quick market products, and that too which can be launched on the fly. How do you leverage both external and internal data and large sets of data and drive insightful insights from them, and how do you use them to nudge the customer to take an action? And of course, last but not the least, a holistic view of the risk. The key trends, of course, are built on hyper-efficiency, hyper-agility, and credit convergence coming together. Deep dive into India and talk about the Indian credit opportunity. And when we look at today's customer, today's Indian customer, what are we seeing as trends? So I think Indian customer is spoiled for choice, and therefore he needs the freedom to choose from a variety of non-binding credit offers. They need everything to be real-time, online. They want their loan to be approved and sanctioned immediately, or a cards within minutes. A unified experience across channels, whether he is using a mobile app or a website or walking to the branch, the customer expects a common uniform experience. And the fourth point is an important point, which is about embedding credit in his lifestyle. And of course, the customer of today wants to digitally execute documents without visiting a branch. So if these are the customer needs, when we talk to the various CEOs of the bank, whether the retail bank heads, the CIOs, or the credit managers, this is what they're telling us. From an imperative perspective, when they're designing a credit technology platform, what are their key imperatives? The first key imperative, and that's important for India, is the ability to match the pace of demand of acceleration. We see a lot of credit acceleration opportunity in India, and especially in SME space and the credit card space. The second piece is really, we heard the customer saying that the customer wants an instant decision. How do you do an instant decision? That you can do when you have the ability to aggregate data digitally, both from external sources and internal sources, to make instant and fast decisions. Ability to forecast risk and proactively modify review mechanisms is the third imperative. I think this is the other key piece. The cost cannot go up linearly, so they're looking at cost efficiencies, and of course, they're looking at a comprehensive credit cycle management with enhanced flexibility. So these are the key imperatives of the banks as they look at a credit technology platform. Basis our learning and this key imperatives, this is what we came up for India, iKredit 360 platform for India. We believe that this platform, which is a specialist credit platform, can really help democratize credit in this country. So let me talk you through the key 5 USPs of this platform. The first piece is really, it's an end-to-end asset 360 platform. So in the Indian market, there are multiple credit products which are available. You could have, on one hand, microfinance, you could have gold loans, you could have agricultural lending, you could have SME financing, credit card. The kind of products which are available is a huge number. And this platform allows the bank to be able to offer all these products on the fly. The second piece which is important is the entire life cycle management, whether it's origination, whether it's loan servicing, loan management, or collect. The iKredit 360 platform allows the banks to do the end-to-end management. The second key feature of iKredit 360 platform is really the heart of this platform is the technology. And why this is important for the banks? Because this is what will give you the future resilience. This is what will give you the scalability, and this is what will give you the security. And I think this is where a key strength of iKredit 360 comes. We are launching this platform which comes pre-integrated with many fintechs and partner solutions. This is a very key benefit that the banks will get, because if you want to launch a product quickly in the market, the pre-integrated is what really helps you. And this will save the bank a lot of time, cost, and effort. And this comes as a PaaS model with a very low upfront payment and pay-as-you-grow commercial model. So 5 key USPs of iKredit 360. This is how we have really architected this. This is the blueprint of iKredit 360. So on the top layer, you see various products. And for this purpose, I've only mentioned 4 products: SME credit, digital credit, retail credit, gold loans. There can be many more on this slide. And then we have structured this platform into various offices: customer office, underwriting office, RM office, agencies, the third-party agencies that we use. It could be CPV or collector agency, product management office, which is very key from a configurator perspective, product configurator and product management perspective, collection office, operations office, lifestyle management, risk and compliance, and of course, a combination of ecosystem partners. So the second key USP of iKredit 360 platform about the architecture, I think we already talked about this. The architecture is eMACH architecture, completely event-driven. We've used the latest technology, best of breed and latest technology. Most of this technology is open source. That ensures that there is the future resilience of this product. The third key value is how we can use our iTurmeric solution from 3 benefits. It has the capability of orchestration, extensibility, and integration. So in a credit business, integration with other players is a very key ask. So iTurmeric helps us with quick integration. And I think this is where we bring value to the banks by coming with a pre-integrated with best-in-class fintech partners, so that the banks don't have to do that work and they can launch credit products very quickly. This is that we are launching in India is hosted on AWS Cloud. It helps in reducing business and technology risk, and therefore it reduces the maintenance costs and provides higher agility and scalability. So in summary, we believe that iKredit 360 platform for India has limitless opportunities for the banks in this country. It's the first time that we are bringing a product which has all the types of credit which are available for the banks to launch very quickly. It comes with a pre-integrated with most of the important fintechs and partners, and it is available on a pay-as-you-grow model. We believe that iKredit 360 will democratize credit in this country. Thank you so much. At this stage, let me invite Lata, Arun, and Jonathan for a quick fireside chat.
Mr. Jain, eMACH.ai was extremely impressive. But if you can tell us how it will save margins. I guess everyone here wants to improve margins. How would it help?
So you can add the revenue pool by 2 ways. One is adding more customer, adding more services. And second thing is by looking at the lower operation cost. By putting AI there, the cost of operations with the embedded AI in operations, the number of process steps can be brought down substantially. So we have promised to reduce 30% operational cost if you are putting a embedded AI as a part of the process automation. So robotic automation was before, now this next generation, which is embedded AI automation.
Okay, so but they should be in cloud already. Jonathan, what's the usual reasons not to be on cloud? Is it that people have already spent money and they don't want to jettison the legacy, both people and systems? Is it sheer fear of the unknown?
When I speak to leadership teams, priority 1, when people go, what are your lessons learned going to cloud? I'm like, priority 1 is understand why you are doing this, right? If you as a leadership team don't understand why, nobody else at the manager level is going to understand it. The real truth is, being a banking executive is very hard. It is one of the hardest industries. So when you talk about reasons not to go to the cloud, there's really 2 reasons where people are cautious, I would say. And the first is, quite rightly, when there are data sovereignty challenges. The second reason that makes people cautious is latency. And again, if you've got a very low latency environment, then you're more cautious about moving to the cloud.
Do regulators come in your way?
So, look, first of all, a regulated institution is obviously responsible for dealing with their regulators, right? But of course, we will have and have had conversations with regulators around the world. And, one of the things that I found as a customer was, when you look at the sheer amount of legal compliance frameworks, regulations, laws that are different geographically, and then you look at the breadth and scale with which Amazon Web Services has had to meet those regulations in all the territories where we operate. That's been a significant bar for us to meet. But again, when regulated entities, such as banks, they have to regulate the lot, from their application, all their suppliers, all the way down to a cloud infrastructure provider.
Mr. Jain, you told me, and other bankers also say, that most of them have your products. So what's the differentiation? If all the banks have your products, how will you make them compete with each other?
I think the eMACH.ai has a headless, the word is headless, and where the customer experience is a bank prerogative, how would they design? And that's why we are saying, come to Design Thinking Center, where business teams, operations team, and technology teams comes together. We are not giving a product, we are giving a headless platform, and the experiences will be unique.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, Arun Jain and Jonathan Allen, for a fascinating evening.
Intellect Banktech Wave 5, powered by AWS, in association with CNBC-TV18. Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.